Frank Lee, homie.
I'm only sipping it slow. Come with me on a ride. I'm only sipping it slow. Take a sip, I bet it gets you right. And I only speak it if it's real, yeah. Only spill it if it's true, yeah. Everybody want the tea, so you already know the deal. I always sip slow. Come with me on a ride. I'm only sipping it slow. Only helping you grow. Tell you things that you need to hear, not only things you wanna know. Keeping you up on your current events, I swear the world's so cold. Talking about marriage and sports too. Man, you gotta catch the show. You better believe me. Got Alan-T Weezy, J. Martin, that JT, make it look easy. Whenever they speaking about any topic, if I spoke about it, I was really about it. Ain't no front, I was real about it. In my white cup, it got Hen inside it. It's a message for everybody. Now I'm only sipping it slow. Come with me on a ride. I'm only sipping it slow. Take a sip, I bet it gets you right. And I only speak it if it's real, yeah. Only spill it if it's true, yeah. Everybody want the tea, so you already know the deal. I always sip slow. Come with me on a ride. I'm only sipping it slow.
Man, y'all know how we giving it up, man. It's a Sip Slow podcast where we help ourselves as well as others, raw, real, and uncut. Audio work weekly. It's your boy, Mr. Money Don't Sleep. So T Weezy can't rest.
It's your boy Duke.
And it's J-Dub on this beautiful Sunday morning.
Sunday morning pardon, man. I think JT will be in here in a little while, so he'll join us a little later. So, fellas, man, what's your drink of choice today on this Sunday morning?
Man, I'm drinking some orange juice, man. Orange juice, OJ.
Mm.
You ain't got nothing mixed in there with it? Man, I got a little black coffee this morning, man.
Black coffee, all right.
Yeah, man. No sugar, no cream.
Straight up.
Man, full grown.
Do that give you jitters or?
No, it don't. I don't drink that much of it. I mean, just give me a little bit. Something warm before I go to bed and something warm in the morning when I get up, and usually it's coffee, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sipping on that Evans Williams, man. I'm on that whiskey sour. I had hit up Dub Friday, asked him the little recipe, and he put me up on the game. So yeah, I'm on that whiskey sour, man.
Hey, breakfast of champions, man.
Yeah, we gonna keep the same vibes going.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I live my raps, you heard me? So, what y'all been up to since the last time we talked?
Man, I honestly had a pretty busy week. You know, was blessed to be a part of this matchmaking conference with vendors throughout Texas to potentially do business with them, and I've not learned a little bit of how to get in to be able to do business with them. So I had some productive conversations there with them, and just tried to take advantage of the opportunity for the most part. And then yesterday, working a basketball tournament. Time you can make a little extra change, I don't ever mind putting it in my pocket. So got a chance to do that, and then that's about it, man. Here we were almost ready for the week and be pulling out that ATL.
Okay.
Oh, that's live. That's live. Yeah, I've been pretty busy. I had a pretty busy week too. Birthday weekend. Outside of the COVID circumstances, I normally turn up for my birthday every year. It's just been an ongoing thing since I was in college, since since '01. Uh, but I'm just kind of chilling now. May do something today, catch a little patio vibe or something. But to top off the weekend, I'm thankful to be here, thankful to be alive.
Okay. Right, celebrate that big 40, huh?
Oh no, man. Oh no, man. I'm 31, man.
Ah, I don't know about that.
Little old tender came, this week and in passing. It's getting a little Chipotle, and she shot her shot, and I was like, man, you're a baby. And I was like, uh, she's like, nah, we're about the same age. I was like, what you think? How old you think I am? She's like, 26. Made me feel
You
good,
made me feel
yeah.
good. Shit.
I say Monday, add about 11 to that.
I heard
12
that.
to that. So when I showed everybody my ID, it was just crazy. They were going crazy, and that she was asking everybody in the line, like, "How old you think he is?" Yeah, but yeah, everybody said 20s, man. So we're gonna ride with that. We're gonna ride with that 31, man.
I bet you had that hat on.
Nah, I actually had it off. I had just got a cut that night before.
Okay.
I had it on. Do rag. I slept in the do rag. Had
Yeah.
brushed that boy down real good, and put my little lotion on my face.
Well,
I looking young.
what happened to
What's
that
up?
Ricky Ricardo?
Ah, man, you was a big influence on that, dog. You kind of like drove me with that. Yeah, that I was giving my what I was saying, Pablo. I had that Pablo vibe going. They were coming up to me speaking Spanish, man. So yeah, I cut it off, man. I'm back. I'm back dipping. I'm back dipping.
Yeah. A better look on you, man.
Appreciate you, homie.
Well, Friday was me and my wife's 11th year anniversary of being together. So that was about all. We didn't do too much. Yesterday, shit, wife went and spent like a MacBook on me yesterday. Had to get some all 4 tires on my pickup, little alignment. So she blessed me with that. So I want to thank her for that. And then we went out and ate. So I just want to tell her happy anniversary again. And in a world of so many, baby girl, you are that one. I deserve that. I deserve you. All
Hmm.
right.
Happy
So,
anniversary again to you too,
Yeah,
man.
appreciate it. Appreciate it.
oh, for sure.
Uh,
That love, man.
yeah, 11, man. Little Isaiah Thomas, you heard me?
Yeah, that ounce for the ounce.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's, 11 years is a lot, man. And, it's ups and downs and trials and tribulations, but uh, that's what a relationship is about. So that's just, giving somebody out there who be on the outside looking in might feel like, well, look at them, man. Everything look peachy and creamy, but no, it don't be that way all the time. And when you're in a relationship, you're gonna have peaks and valleys. But if you truly love someone, uh, just know that you can overcome that. You know what I mean? So, Duke, man, what's up on that free game?
Man, I mean, since it's around in birthday time, I've been thinking about my tea lady, and she would always say, "Don't wait," And so many times we wait on everything. "Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do this next week. But but our time is limited. And she would always say, "Weight broke the wagon." So don't wait, because that weight will break that wagon.
All right.
that's that's the free game. Go ahead, T.
When them older people die out, boy, you lose some of them good old sayings like that.
For sure, man. For sure. I was like, dang, what I'm gonna say? What I'm gonna say? And then I thought about that. So I'm gonna say something Mama would always say. What you waiting on? What you waiting on? Weight broke the wagon.
Weight broke the wagon. That's
Yeah.
all right. That's all right. Well, man, we gonna go and jump in these topics. First off, man, can a man and woman really be friends?
Hell nah. Hell nah. I mean, I'm gonna give it's two sides to this. And I personally think that a respectable man and respectable woman can actually be friends if it's nothing there. If it's no type of flirt, no type, they just friends. They could be friends and be respectful and just naturally care for each other, just like two males or two females can. On that side, but on the other side of that fence and that line, on a normal basis, outside of what we consider friends, nah, it's gonna always be something behind it. Even if the guy, like her, if he like her, that's an ulterior motive. If she like him, that's an ulterior motive. So they gonna always look at each other through those eyes. He gonna look at her like, yeah, this my homegirl. He might even say it, may use the term, this my friend, this my homegirl. I grew up with her, blah blah blah. But shit, he really want her, and she gonna confide in him, and he gonna confide in her. And if you reciprocate that, if you flip that, same thing. She gonna want the best for him. He gonna want the best for her. Blah blah blah. But in all actuality, they really like each other. So on the mature side, a man and a woman can be friends if it's nothing there. If it's no type of liking for each other. But on the other side of that, if if you throw in the two people liking each other and the desire for them to be with each other, even if it's small, then it take the friend out of it. That's what I think.
All right.
I mean, I'm not sure if you could have said that any better. Honestly, this was a hard lesson that I had to learn the hard way. So, one of the things I always thought was, friends are your friends and your relationship is your relationship, but that's not the case. I mean, you have to know there's going to be some people who would be your friends or of the opposite sex beforehand. If nothing else, make sure they are included in your relationship. Don't just keep that from your other. And so that's where I think a lot of times, like Duke was saying, some of that that always may of confiding and that stuff slips in, and then it becomes a bigger issue. So I think you can, as long as it's respectful. Everybody's mutual. They know your partner, your husband, your wife. As long as they know them and everybody can kind of commune and together, then that's different. But other than that, no, man. I as much as I would like to think so, it just doesn't always work out in the end.
Yeah, I agree with Duke. I feel like just cause you might look at that person as a friend, and you don't have any intentions, but she might not feel the same way, and then that goes vice versa. Somebody likes somebody. That's just that's just how I see it. Because we are we a man and woman, and that's that's how it goes. Somebody likes somebody, and then one day something might happen to where they want that person to let their feelings be known. Um, so no, I don't think you can be friends. But do y'all have girls that's friends? I mean, I know what you just said, Dub. So I assume no. Uh,
We have mutual ones.
okay, and even that could be, even that mutual can be a little shaky too because I think the same principles apply.
Of course, I don't even know if there's ever a safe time, and I'm not saying it, but if nothing else, we both know the others, and so at that point in time, it's just a matter of like if we make decision to continue to have them as a friend or not. I mean, you can't really say.
Do you conversate with your mutual friends without your wife around, or have a number or something like that?
Yeah, some of them we do, but we usually know when we've talked about them, or everybody's kind of on the same page of it all. It's never it's not like one of those things like I can't just answer the phone or call that person and not put it on speaker or something like that, or not answer it if I'm laying in the bed. It's not anything like that. We all have different. I think it's just a different point in time in life that is easier or a little bit more able to deal with now than some years back. I'll just say that much.
Yo,
Mo.
Yes,
what's
sir.
good, man? Can a man and woman be friends?
Well, it all depends, man. It all depends on who the man is, who the woman is, if they ain't got history. If they got history there, it ain't gonna work. And if they don't got history, then it probably could kind of work. But then that's a hard situation though, man. Because you might, I guess with that, they gonna share good information. They gonna talk. They gonna get close. They might get a bond, and it might go to the next step. But it really gonna have. I think it's tough. I mean, I think they can be friends, but you got to draw that line when you first get there. Vice versa. That it's a friendship thing. It can't go no farther than this, and you got to just keep it really business. It can't be nothing personal with it.
Yeah, you said something right there that made me think because a friend, like you say, that's someone you confide in. You tell your secrets. If you got a problem, you go to them. Uh, and if y'all doing that much talking together, it's bound to be bond made and feelings made. It's natural. It gotta be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But do you have any girlfriends, Jay?
Nuh-uh.
You answered that quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think you set him up when you said girlfriends.
Yeah.
I think you gotta be like any friends, any female friend. You was trying to get him in trouble.
No, man, the wording came out bad, but
Vlad TV ass nigga.
nah,
He the
do that.
No, I was just messing with you. I was just messing with you.
Do you think your wife will let y'all have? Well, I know you got mutual friends, but if they're not mutual, can't be friends.
No. Told you that's a hard lesson to learn. You don't want to learn it. Just take the advice now.
So, dude,
go ahead.
You got friends that's of the opposite sex?
Nah, I don't. I got people that I'm cool with, acquainted with, but I don't consider them friends. You know what I mean?
Right.
We may have worked together. We may have mutual friends. We may be cool. You know what I'm saying? We may have grew up together, but I just keep them in that cool. They cool. I draw the line because that friends. I always remember this, y'all. And I know y'all married and stuff. I'm the one that's not married, and it's not like I'm spitting this to y'all, but it's for all of us. Friends become lovers, man. Friends become lovers. That's how it starts. Any relationship, any marriage, what are you first? You are a friend first. Y'all get to know each other first. And it's the foundation for a, a relationship, a partnership, a marriage. So friends become lovers. So it's a fine line between a friend and a real friend. So that's what I'm gonna say on that.
All right. Um, y'all watching this, like it. Hit the subscribe button if you catch this on YouTube. Hit the little notification bell on YouTube and comment whether you watching that on the Facebook page or the YouTube channel. Comment, leave a question, or just give us some feedback. You are listening to the Sip Slow podcast. Should the police be defunded? That topic came up. I want to say after George Floyd was killed by the police officer. I think even up in Minnesota, they shut that precinct down where that cop was from. So, uh, should the police be defunded has been a big topic here lately. So, what that means is if you defund the police, they want to take the police department's budget and reduce that and then redistribute those funds towards essential social services that are often underfunded, such as housing, education, employment, and mental health. Um, so I agree with giving some funds to those other underfunded essential social services, but I do not feel it should come at the expense of the police department. Um, People that feel that defunding the police and investing in community programs, they feel that that could help stop some of the crimes in those communities. And that sounds great too.
Hmm.
But when something goes on, whether that's in your house or in your neighborhood, the first thing you want to do, you're going to call the police. And I want to feel that my police department has everything that it needs to protect my family. So, no, I don't think the police should be defunded. So, y'all thoughts?
My thought is I agree with you. I say no because all you said is good, but like the government got other programs they can help out with the mental health, the funding for the house. They have money they could pass out to help, and I feel like the police department and whatever they need they funds for stuff that goes on. You don't want to have a deferred police department and you get a bad incident at your house or something. They come, they ain't got enough equipment or enough stuff, so you put everybody in a bad situation. You know, with this, at least you know you call them, you feel safe. They got everything they need and stuff going right. Because if you defer them, man, you're gonna have a shitload of problems. You know, so my answer is no.
All right.
Uh, I don't necessarily think it needs to be defunded either. I think they can spend some of those dollars that they have maybe a better way. I have to look at is the process of who you bring into the force. Make sure they invest time in maybe better assessments, better training techniques, so that when situations arise, like what even brought up, the idea of defunding the police, maybe it's handled in a little better situation. Maybe it's they have less of a feel threatened mentality when they approach certain situations, rather than actually just approaching it I mean, certain situations obviously are gonna cause this, but making sure that they they can be as best trained as possible and do continual training and using those dollars for that throughout the year. I mean, it should be something you touch on maybe every 6 months if you could. And I'm just hypothetically speaking as a citizen, but I mean, I think those dollars can be still used in a better situation for them. And like Mo was saying, there's so much money that the government spends and wastes that there are more dollars that can go toward housing and different things to make sure that you help develop and keep a neighborhood right and making sure people are safe and the people of these neighborhoods are educated as well. I mean, that's just as important as making sure that the police are too. So um, I don't agree with the defunding. Um, I just think that there are better ways that they can use those dollars to train, support, and help both those police and the community, of course.
Uh, and y'all all made great points, Mo, Dub, T. I agree with y'all, but I I'm gonna take it another angle. Uh, I'm gonna go another route. I
Against the
think
grain.
I think they should be defunded. If and there's a clause to that, if they're not doing what they need to do. Uh, and I do have a problem with them governing where that money goes because we all know that they keep the money. They and they not doing it. You know, it's a fraternity. Policemen are a fraternity, and they gonna keep the money for them. They get a lot of money on these seizures, all kind of stuff. They get money. They full of money in most cases. I don't think the money should be channeled through them, especially if they're not doing what they need to do uh, to give to these other areas. Um, and like Dub just said, it should be something that should be brought up more often and something that should be touched on more often. And mental health, uh, something like Mo said, something of that nature. That's serious. That's the funding that needs to be concentrated on because guess what? On their side, it's like a catch-22. On their side, you you dealing with somebody that might harm you, that might take your life, or you might run into one of those people that you not patronizing, that you're not helping as you should. So, uh, realistically, I would say, uh, I would defund them if they're not handling their business. And these are some of the things we need to bring to the forefront. Uh, we need to talk about these things. We need to make them do what's right. So that's what I'll say about that. Take
Um,
take that power away from them if they're not using it properly. Go ahead, T.
that was solid. The thing I feel like it can be better training for the police officers. My wife went to the police academy and completed it, and it was only from August to December. Well, you don't know all the laws in that time. You're not learning all the laws in that time frame. They're gonna give you some important laws that you should learn, and just the basic things. Uh, so when you see where our people are being uh, mistreated, uh, sometimes the the cops, I think, have not been around us. So therefore, they already have a more hostile outlook at us. So when you doing when a cop going and training to become a cop, it needs to be some more in-depth psychological background checks. I know they do a psychological test, but it's too much killings going on that something is not right, that they are not being able to weed these people out before letting them become a police officer. So if you would like to take funds, if you would like to take funds from the police department and put some more into the training of the cops, or even if you already have cops that's already on active, retrain them. Uh, Retrain them on how things are going on in the world, how they need to interact with everyone, not just the black people, but everybody. Um, I sent y'all that video on Instagram in the DM where the white man got pulled over by the two white cops, and he had a gun on the side of him. He wouldn't get out the car. The policeman had their guns drawn on him. He kept saying he had rights, but guess what? They didn't shoot him, and he even threatened to kill him. You see what I'm saying? So that wouldn't have happened with us.
Man.
That person would have been dead. And then at the end of it, he drove off. I know Duke saw it. I don't know if Mo or Dub saw the video I sent y'all, but where's that refrain when it comes to us? And I don't want to get off topic. The point of it is that it needs to be some retraining so that you could deal with us the way y'all just dealt with the white guy on that video. What, y'all have any thoughts on that?
Well, the thing with that, they look at us different. They look at us as animals. So no matter what we do or what we say, we always gonna be in the wrong. It just go back to what they've been taught. They gonna look out for themselves, and they kind, however you want to say it, and that's the way it is. When they see us, they see the enemy, or what he doing to me, ain't got no business. They look at the color, and that's it. So it really don't matter. The first thing they gonna do is draw down on you. So it goes back to, even if they've been taught the way they train, it starts from home. That's something been taught from them for years. That, hey, we hate black people, and that's it. No matter how much training they get, what class they take, whatever, it's just the way it's gonna be with them. So that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, it's definitely a double standard, and I mean, he even reached for the gun, So you got a point with that training, man, and I know we've spoken about it and talked on it on this podcast. I even mentioned compared it to like something like the military, uh, something more strenuous, something to put these people through psychological evaluations and situations to see, and if they can't make it, get them up out of there. So it's a lot to be done. It's a lot to be done, and we have a voice, man. Even if it's a small voice, and maybe we can encourage some of the people that's listening, other people with our little platform, to speak out, and we could push some of these things, because as it's natural for us to ignore the things that we don't deal with daily on a daily basis. I mean, so but it's hard to ignore the elephant in the room. These are the things that really need light shined up on them. So we just got some work to do, all of us, and that's just what I feel, T.
No, I I mean, I agree as well. I don't have more to say about that. I know that it deserves more training, more consistent training. Earlier I said every 6 months, maybe it's every 90 days, because things that are outside of that training class when they go through are ever evolving out in the world. I mean, it's no more different than like a virus. You get a virus, you get something to treat it. Well, a virus has the ability to mutate and it changes. And so, I mean, the different situations that we're facing, that they face on a day-to-day basis, is not, like you said, when Brittany went through that police academy, it's not all addressed there, because you got to have some of that on the job training, see it for yourself to even know how you're going to react. It's easy to read from the book and listen to a situation, but I just think that's where, if the dollars are going to stay there, they need to figure out a better way of, one, addressing who they bring in, how they bring them in, and making sure they have strong assessments. And then, I mean, touch points every 90 days. They need to be doing something, evaluation, a test, anything.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah, besides not to cut you out, besides eating goddamn donuts and riding around and jacking each other off.
Right. Do you think the cops should, you know, do more in the community, like get out in the community, besides just, like you say, riding around and looking mean mugging you?
I've always said that. That that builds a rapport between the people and them. You know, if I could interact with somebody, number one, I could dictate and tell what kind of person they are. I can fill them out. I'm also more comfortable with them because guess what? I've interacted with this crowd, with this group before, or these people, or this block, or this neighborhood. They know me. They see me in the stores. They see me without my gun. They see me in street clothes. So they're gonna be a lot more inclined to accept me. I'm gonna be a lot more inclined to accept them. So I think that's something that's important. And I commend those cops uh and salute those that go in the neighborhoods and talk to the kids and deal with the kids and do things in the neighborhood and do fundraisers and programs and build with the kids and with the neighborhood. And that makes it all good. You know, it locks it in. All cops aren't bad. All people in the neighborhood aren't bad. So
Right.
uh I would push that. I'm all for that.
Yeah, I think that would make a better difference if the cops got out and got to know the people, and the people got to know the cops. So I agree 100%. Uh, you are listening to the Sip Slow podcast. So, how much privacy should you give your kids, Doug?
Actually, none. I mean, as long as they under this roof and
Ooh,
we're paying their bills, that is their privacy, to be in the house when it's time to lock the door. That's the only privacy you get. Other than that, man, it's so much happening right now, with social media and the access on the internet, that phones, you have no privacy in this house. I don't know how else a better way to put it. I'll allow you to close the door for a little bit, but when I see you start, staying in there too long, don't want to open the door, then it's either you open it or it's coming off the hinges. That's literally what we do here. And so you don't even understand what privacy means. Your privacy is when you go take a shower or you go use the restroom, you close the door behind you.
You
Other than
tough.
that, that's
You
it.
tough, Doug.
No, they tough, man, but just don't want to be caught off guard. I mean, I'm not saying that we're perfect and we're tough like that, because we've given them, we've stretched that line out a little longer and gave them some leniency, but they always tend to mess up somehow. So,
Is, is
we.
that
Mhm.
is that your thought, or your wife feel the same way?
No, it's mutual here. We both feel the same way about that. She at times more worse than I am, honestly. So, um, I give you a leash because one, I know you're gonna grow up. You're gonna make your mistakes and stuff, and I don't want you to bump your head as well. But at a point in time when I know certain things, or I have a unction that something's going on, then I'm shutting it down.
And I agree with you 100%. When I saw that, it's automatically none, zero, zilch, no privacy. Number one, you a kid. Okay, you a kid, you a child. Kids should stay in a child's place. And what in the hell in the world should you be doing, or are you gonna be doing to where you need privacy outside of, like Dub said, going to the bathroom, taking a shower? And even if you were a kid, just keeping it real. My mama used to say, "Boy, I saw you before you saw yourself." You know, you still a baby to me. And now I'm just throwing that out there, but that's still good. That's still true. What you gonna be doing the way you tell me if I come in your room, you need some privacy? Where we do that? Where they do that at?
Right, right.
You paying some? You paying some bills? And even if you was paying some bills, you still up under my roof. So nah, you don't get no privacy. And the key word is kid. You a kid until you get out from up under my house, under my roof. I don't care about you being no teenager. You still a kid. 16, 17, you still a kid. You still a child. Now when you go on and you mature and you go on to college and stuff, then I give you a privacy. I respect, I give you a little bit more, but it's a process. But as long as you're a kid, nah, ain't no privacy because you don't need no privacy. What you doing? Well, what you ought to be doing is reading you a book, studying, trying to make yourself better instead of putting that phone in your face and liking all these pictures. And we talk about these cats. Well, grown-ups do it too, but what you doing? So now you don't get no privacy. You don't get no privacy from me. And if you got a little friend over, you ain't shedding no dough and all of that. So I didn't do it. And it was good then, it's good now. It worked
All
for
right.
me. It worked now. So you ain't shedding no dough. Mom, Dad, well, man, we're just hanging out. Give us some time, give us some privacy. Shut the door, all that. I done seen some stuff with some of my peers' kids, but they couldn't be mine.
Well, all right. I feel you.
Shoot, my daughter went to the movies with her boyfriend and had to take one of her brothers. It just you just
Y'all
don't want to
serious?
take no chances, dude. Man, you'll see once they start growing. You'll see.
Well, Jay now he lost it. Well, I'll jump in since Jay out, but
I'm back. I'm
yeah,
back.
huh? Okay, y'all
I agree
kind
with what
of
y'all said, though, man.
go ahead, Jay.
Go ahead, G. Go ahead.
Nah, my bad. Go ahead.
I agree with what they said, though. I agree with some. I agree with some of it, and you got to kind of be firm. You got to be a little firm with it, but then you got to be tough on them, man. It's so much going on in this world with, like they say, with the privacy, man. With these cell phones. So I try to keep a little tab on my boys because it's a wicked world now, man. People out here will do anything to harm kids or whatever, or luring men. So you got to keep something on because, like your brother said, you don't want to unexpectedly, you want to be at least on top of it. So I kind of keep a tab on mines, and with the doors closed and all that stuff, for a little bit, but you can open it up because your privacy is when you go to the restroom, something like that. But like you up under the house, you ain't grown. You still a child. You ain't grown until you leave the house. So I try to keep a little that on them, and you know. So I agree with them.
Um, man, I might have to just switch my whole little talk up, man. Y'all out here like the army, man. Dub and Duke.
What?
Duke don't have kids, so it's easy to talk that talk right now, but it might be different when that child here. So we might have to revisit that one day. But because I had a lot of hard talk, and I told my wife, boy, I'm whooping ass. Look at me wrong. Shit. Nah, that didn't go like that. Shit. Yeah, nah, you look at them and and sometimes you try to put yourself when you was a child and you like, well, man, I didn't want no whooping then, and I understand they're a child and this and that. So, but on the privacy tip, I think y'all are right. So it's no need of me just rehashing what y'all said. But with this technology, us growing up, we didn't have to deal with this. Now the child doesn't, when we was coming up, it was more so you go outside and somebody can get you, or you get in some trouble outside of the house. Now your child can be right here sitting on the couch with you with their phone doing Lord knows what, getting involved with the wrong people. A lot of times we look at the girls as the ones that's being targeted, but man, it's sickos out here that like little boys too. So,
Man.
and so it's more so your child right now growing up, Mo and Dub, y'all got older kids. They got technology. I know they have phones or iPads, computers. Yeah, no, it should be no privacy on that. It should be some type of adult supervision, or I'm sure some ways you can go on your devices and stop them, block them from seeing certain things, even on the TV. A lot of times we have to send our children out the room because they got some gay shit going on TV.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
Mhm.
No disrespect. If that's what you do, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's also our right, if we don't want to expose our children to that we should have the right to send them out the room also. But like I said, no, it shouldn't be any privacy. When you under somebody else's roof, you under their rule. You got to do what they say do. So, but man, watch your kids out here because they are sex trafficking at all time high.
Yeah, what?
They just caught
Yeah.
like 30 people in Houston last week
Mm-hmm.
being sex trafficked. So do not think that your child cannot be one of those people.
Man, yeah, and they're so I guess gullible. So what we try to do in our household is just try to have, like, understand who you are, your values more. That's what we try to do. Again, we're dealing with kids and there's a lot of influence from the outside, friends and all, but because we want you to, no matter what situation you may come up against, we want you to be able to stop thing and really make a true sound decision of, like, you know what, is this the best for me? Am I going to put myself in any harm's way? And if so, is it something that, my mom and dad would approve of? That's the only thing we try to do. Again, we try to lay those principles.
Mm-hmm.
What they do with it is hopefully they do the best, and as much as we've tried to share. We do give them a leash because, I mean, as much as you want to just keep them in, you also want to give them that leash so you can at least see and know how they will will react in certain situations. So, and how they'll carry themselves. So privacy, yes, it's no such thing as true privacy, living under our roof and we taking care of you. But at the same time, you'll have some responsibility with what you would consider privacy to make sure that you handling yourself right.
Do
Now,
you give? Oh, my bad.
and not to cut you off, y'all made me think. I got 3 situations that can happen with people I'm cool with or I consider friends or cool with. And family. I'm gonna just say friends and family because I don't want, and I know they may listen, and they probably do listen, and I don't want to throw no names or to condemn anybody. And this happened. These situations happened in just say 2 months time. One was real recent. One was last week. The other one was like a couple weeks ago, a month ago, and the first one was like 2 months ago. The 2 months ago, I got a friend. Her daughter is in high school, and her daughter's dating this quarterback. And I'm gonna just go through them real fast. And they were hanging out. Well, she goes in her room. Her and the dude is in there. She go in the room, and he's going down on her daughter.
Hold on, hold on. He going
Yeah,
down on her daughter
caught him. Yeah, she just happened to
in,
go. They were hanging out. Yeah, she
in
just
her
happened.
house.
Yeah. All right, that's the first one. She told me about it. Devastated, broke her heart, tore her up. All right. The second one, family, friend, whatever. I'm gonna just say this. The second, somebody that's dear to me got their daughter's phone. She been watching porn downloaded on the phone. All right, that's probably about 3 weeks ago. Last week, I stopped by our friend's house. His son is in in high school, and he been hanging out with his other friend. They play with sports and stuff together. Well, they got a guy in the neighborhood, a younger, older dude got a car. He picked them up and take them to places to go do dirt. And now I said all that to say this. These are real situations. And I gave my opinion, I gave my advice, my thoughts, and I also put myself in their shoes, and I also looked at it how I was when I was a kid. But these are things we need to touch on. And now it's worse. It's worse now. It's so much. You see commercials, you see it in songs, you see it in the stores, you see it on billboard. I mean, your phone will send you crazy stuff. You'll see crazy stuff. I mean, IG, it's just crazy now. So that's why I say the privacy, nah. And if you got something to hide, you shouldn't have to be private about it. If you're doing something right, everything right, you shouldn't have to be private about it. That's what I meant to say. And I could go on about this, but I'm gonna be quiet.
Um, so Doug, are you more strict with your daughter or your boys, or how did that go? Mm,
Okay, can you hear me? My bad.
yeah,
Um, More strict. Okay,
because
no, I know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to figure out I can't truly say that I am more strict with her than I am them. I tend to be a little bit. I mean, I don't know. That's my daughter. My only girl type mentality. Some towards certain situations. But like with the boys, I mean, y'all got to grow up to be men, and these are all things you're gonna face as well. So I don't necessarily think I'm stricter towards one than the other, but my daughter does have there's a more sensitive area when I deal with her on certain things, and it's just really trying to come across as a real man should, no matter what the situation may be, whether it's, if she didn't got in trouble, I don't want to, be scared and all of those different things. So it's just a different way of how it's kind of managed. That's all. Now, like Duke said, you just never know how you're gonna react with certain situations. You don't. I mean, you can be thought and like prepared, but man, things hit. It's like, man, it'd be like a blow. And those parents, I can imagine how they felt, when they find certain these things out, like, because you've hopefully thought and told them everything they need to do, but it don't. Kids gonna be kids. We were the same way. We were dumb and not really thinking it a lot of times in our life, and so you can kind of look at it. You have to look at it from both sides. Like, as a parent, how am I going to do this to get my point across, but at the same time not ruin the kid? But at the same time, they got to listen. Like, okay, their thought process in those situations. What made you do what you did?
Okay, but on the other side, man, it seems like a lot of times when the parents are just extra strict with the kids, a lot of times those are the kids that turn out to go and do bad stuff. Um, so I feel like, that's always on my mind too. You gotta have a balancing point, because I've seen situations where you can't do this. You gotta go to church every time the door's open. You can't go out nowhere. And soon as they get that opportunity,
College.
they wilding.
He turned out.
They wilding. So you gotta be mindful of that also. You gotta try to have some balance. You can't make the child sit at home and not go to a party because you don't trust them. Now, if they give you just a whole lot of red flags that they can't be trusted, that might be a different situation. But at least give them a chance to prove themselves. Because I done seen it, man. They get out and they buck wild, and you sure don't want that. You know what I mean?
It take them some years to get back too.
Yeah, they might get into drugs, sex, all that, man. Take two.
Don't bring your people.
Leave that alone. Yeah, man. But y'all are listening to the Sip Slow podcast. We see that Floyd Mayweather is gonna fight Logan Paul, the guy that put Nate Robinson to sleep. Man, dude, what's up with your boy, man?
Man, I was actually surprised, man. Money May all day. I was surprised that he jumped into that. Number one is because that's stepping a little lower. Well, it ain't no little. It's stepping way lower than Conor McGregor when he fought him. That was kind of a surprise to me. But now you fighting a dude that was a YouTuber. That's what Logan Paul is. He started YouTubing, him and his brother making videos, making people laugh, all of this. Now you fighting this dude that, I mean, he boxed, he's trained, but he's not no boxer. That's not something that he grew up doing. That's not something that he's into. I mean, wholeheartedly. So he's just the dude that's trying to get a payday. The second thing with this is Paul is going to outweigh Mayweather probably by 50, 60 pounds. So
you think Paul a heavyweight?
He can be. He's really considered like at walk around weight a light heavyweight. When he trains, he gets down to, like, if I'm not mistaken, like 195, 190 when he cut his weight. But walk around, the dude is like 205, 210. So he's really considered a heavyweight. He's way too big for Mayweather. Now he's taller too. So I was surprised to see Mayweather, several reasons, take this fight. But I know it got to be something in it for him. It got to be a big bag, and you got to also look at it's risky too. Because this dude might get in there and rough him up and grab him. If he grab Mayweather and fight him rough and give him a rough fight, he gonna give Mayweather a problem because he's way bigger and stronger. But Mayweather's looking at it like, okay, I'm gonna get this bag, and this my boy. But I gotta keep it real. Uh, I'm gonna take him to deep waters, take him to later rounds, and I'm gonna gas him out and make him look crazy. That's what Mayweather's thinking. But this guy could really get in there and wrestle him and rough him down. If he catch Mayweather with some, it's gonna be night night. I hate to say that, but that's just the truth in it. I mean, he's a bigger dude, but it's risky, man. It's risky altogether. It's risky, but they say ain't no risk without a reward. So I'm just shocked, and to see boxing go this. I guess this gonna be the new norm. I seen where he called out. Uh, I guess they gonna try to bring celebrity boxing back. If people got feuds or something, maybe they get in the ring and squash it rather shooting than killing. Maybe it may turn out to be a good thing. Who knows? But I just didn't see him taking that fight, man. I mean, honestly, I didn't see that, but we'll see. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it though. I'm a Mayweather cat. Shout out to Mayweather, man. Shout out to Mayweather.
I just look at
Man,
it, man.
I
You
don't.
feel the
Go ahead.
YouTube. Oh, go ahead, Jay. I just look at it, man. You feel give a boy, he finna make a shitload of money off this stuff, man. This little
Yeah,
Logan
yeah,
Paul guy, you finna kind of blow him up, give him a little fame. You gonna give him a little fame, so he could have fought somebody else. But I don't think I just say about it. He got to be careful with this dude, man. I think he might try to take him a little lightly, but to me, it's just strange, though. A buddy finna blow up.
he is. He is,
So
man.
that's
He
all I
getting
got to
that
say.
money.
Yeah, I didn't really understand it either. I'm a fan of Mayweather. I like his flair, his confidence. But do I think he can beat this kid? Yeah, I do believe he can, and I believe he will. But like Duke was saying, the dude is heavier uh, by far, and his punches can affect Mayweather much more than the guys he's been fighting. So I don't think he would. I don't know if Mayweather really has anything to benefit off of this. It may be frowned upon. Like if you can get in there and still work and box, man, go ahead, fight somebody else. But at the same time, I don't really see the point in it. He could have called out or fought somebody else, and maybe Mayweather put up and made promotion behind it. He still would have made him some bread, but you just never know.
All right, well, y'all clear out, man. I'm at the top of the key. I'm gonna go ISO.
All right.
You know, 50 Cent has said, him and Mayweather was good buddies. And 50 said, well, man, the way that Mayweather lives and the way he spends money is not going to last. So, from what we know and hear, we would think Mayweather should have damn near $1 billion, right? So either he's broke and he's trying to chase a bag, which, I don't know. If that's not the case, then he looking goofy out here. He looking like a straight up clown. And furthermore, by him doing goofy stuff, I like to see the white boy knock him out because because first off, I don't know Mayweather. Far as boxing wise, yeah, I like the flamboyancy and showmanship, But other than that, what he do with his money out here? And that's his money to do. But he just seems like he kind of throwed in real life. So putting feelings aside, by you doing goofy shit, I hope the white boy knock you out up in there and you go sit down somewhere because you're an all-time great. Maybe one of the best of all times. Why are you even entertaining this guy? Are you trying to avenge Nate Robinson's demise? I don't know. But to me, you got a big old clown, your face made up just like a big old clown, man. You be looking real goofy. So, like I said, I hope the white boy knock him out for doing goofy shit. And maybe that'll teach him a lesson. So, any thoughts on that? I went to the cup. I went straight to the cup.
No thoughts, man. Like I said, I just don't understand it. I don't understand his point of doing that. Like he can make just as much money promoting something and you know, putting the fight together. But
money is not everything to tarnish your legacy.
Right.
You know, you would think the man has money, but he does spend a lot of money. You know, so I hope he's not broke. But that's the only reason I can see you even entertaining something like this. The McGregor shit was a little. I can understand that a little more because McGregor was a real fighter. But that was still crazy for you to put your legacy up against that. Because all it takes is one lucky punch and to put you to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my thoughts.
Man, that'll be devastating too. Like if he hit him and knock him out, and a YouTuber, a dude that just basically clowned and acted and acted funny on YouTube and got a following and just worked his way up from nothing, just giving people what they want to see. And if he get knocked out, that'll really take away from his legacy. You know, and people want to see him lose. People want to see him lose. So, something like that, man, that'll make him, that'll make him look crazy. So, but I'm gonna check it out. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Did y'all catch Steven Jackson talking about James Harden? JT?
I saw it, but I mean, it is what it is. Them guys making big money, man. They gonna do what they want to do. You know, Steven got a good point. He out there chasing rappers, doing this, doing that, but you know, everybody got their own thing, man. You know, he judging that's James Harden, and it's all about them. You know, Cat don't care about winning no big ring. As long as he getting paid, he gonna do his thing. Just like Steven, you know, he got lucky and won with the Spurs, so you know he's sitting back. You know, putting that James Harden, but shit, he was partying too, and he was over in that league with him. You know, doing the same thing. So that's the way I look at it, man. No.
Okay.
Man, I'm a Stack 5 fan just because I just like how he used to play that dog and kind of where he came from. But other than that, man, I ain't paying any attention to it. I mean, them dudes gonna do whatever they want. I've always had a thought, not a lot.
I put it in the chat.
No. I listened to it. I've heard the whole thing. When he talking about James don't care and not giving, now you got a black coach and you ain't giving him a chance and all that. Who cares? That man is paid. James Harden don't care. If he was worried about winning the championship, he would have jumped ship like some of these other players did and got on a team and go winning one. Because you're not winning with the Rockets. I don't care how you think. The Rockets not winning no championship. No time soon. No time soon. Yeah, you call it what you want.
Whoa.
You got too many problems over there. They in line with the Texans to try to get one.
How can we knock somebody like KD or LeBron for going to a super team, but then knock Harden for trying to win one where he at. Because don't forget,
hmm
the Rockets was a Chris Paul hamstring messed up away from probably winning a championship because they had Golden State 3-2. So
Exactly.
let's not act like the Rockets wasn't out here doing something.
But did they win? That's all I'm
No,
saying.
no,
Okay, so the point was, if James
no.
Harden really wanted to win, he would jump ship and do like how all these other players are doing and teaming up and go get him a championship.
So you respect the cats that go team up with other players?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I understand it, but I don't respect it. No.
So I don't see how we can knock James Harden for trying to win one where he was at, and they've been in the Western Conference Finals.
Is he really trying to win one? Because you think about, let's go back a couple of years. Who did they play? And the night they came back, it was like game 6 or game 7 or something coming up. The night they came back, Harden was in the strip club. They had a game the next day.
He tucked his tail too. I seen him lay down. That's when I lost respect for Harden.
I don't remember who they were playing. Yeah, so it ain't the fact that he in Houston trying to win a championship. He in Houston because he's the man. You see what he done got paid. I don't think about this.
So why he want out of Houston then?
Because he knows no championship, right? No, he wants to go get a championship, and that's why he wants out of Houston. You see what I'm saying? Houston doesn't have the pedigree.
Right.
They don't know how to keep people. It's historically been over the Astros had some success these last 4 or 5 years, but prior to that, Houston would always have solid people, and then they all leave and go somewhere and they win. It was from football, basketball.
Yeah, maybe in those other sports, but the Rockets have been pretty solid.
What do you call solid? Just going to the playoffs?
Meaning that they don't just give away their talent like, say, the Astros or the football team.
Y'all gave away. Y'all gave away. What's the big tall dude at Capella? You got a young dog, and you let him go. Yeah. You ain't got no big man.
Y'all let Tino Mobley go. Y'all let
Tino Mobley he wasn't bringing no championship. Come on now, man.
Mobley wasn't doing nothing.
Come on, man.
I'm finna keep going. Y'all let
Tino Mobley.
Hold on. Y'all let Steve Francis go. Y'all let Carl Herrera go.
He was getting hot.
Hold on. Y'all let Carl Herrera go. Y'all let Robert Ory go.
They let Big Rob go. You right?
Y'all let Kenny Smith go.
Man, be quiet.
Shit, Kenny Smith was just lucky, man.
Come on,
Kenny
man.
Shit.
So I know it sounds all fun and games,
Come on,
but let's look at it. When was the last time the Rockets won a championship?
Since them.
When? Because you think about it, almost ain't never won nobody nothing. You still $2 short.
I agree with you. I agree with that. But what you said was that Harden didn't want to win and he should leave.
I didn't say he should leave. I said if he really wants to win, he would have left and went and gone and done like the KDs, the Anthony Davises. They would have went and joined up and teamed up, the Paul George and Kawhi.
Okay. But you said that, hey, I don't respect guys that do that.
I don't.
So is it Uchi Wally or is it
we talking perspective. Does this man
Wally or the one mic?
Okay, you tell me this. Does Harden, when you watch Harden, just over the entire season and in playoffs, do you think he really is focused and intent on win? I mean, and content to, or not content, but just prepared to win a championship?
Hell no.
I just want you to answer that. I just told you the Rockets had some team. It was game. They had just came back in town, and he in the strip club, and they play the next day. How focused are you on winning?
Then he was in the strip club after they got their ass toe up the night he tucked his tail and put the towel on his head. He went party that night.
I agree with what you said.
And if he loved Houston, how come he not trying to bring anybody to Houston like some of these other players have done? He got influence. You know he can score.
Man,
I don't think players want to play with him.
That's a problem. He ain't gonna win no championship like that.
Win like that.
But I'm just basing off
What time y'all
what
start?
you had just said. That was all.
Yeah, no, I get it.
T, let me say this. When these cats come to Houston, they get a part of our culture. They get a part of what's up, D man? They get a part of our culture. They come in, they change. You saw it with Steve Francis, and I mentioned Catino Mobley. Them cats was partying. Them cats was in the club. That's what they do when they come to Houston, man. And that's what Harden and done. Harden ain't really focusing on on winning, man. I seen that. I seen him lay down when it count. Not one time, not two times. I seen him do it in the playoffs when it count.
I'm not arguing you that point. I was just going off with the statement that was made. That was all.
But I mean, I think it's okay for him to do what he want to do. I think if he wanna leave, it's okay. But I do respect what Stack say. I respect that, But he didn't have to throw in. He gave him his AP at a yacht party and all that. That's taken away from what he trying to get put out there. Like now you're trying to make him look, and you ain't your bag heavy, but your bag ain't nowhere near Harden's. And I like your game. I like you from Beaumont. I like all that. You good people. You like us. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Port Arthur. You from the bloodline. So I respect all that. But at the end of the day, a man gonna do what they want to do, and I think too. I talked with my cousin about this. I think too is the management. It's the general management. It come from up. It's more than just the team.
No, y'all. You got, Daryl Morey has been one of the best GMs.
When has he won? When was the last time he won?
Yeah, only one team win every year.
Okay, but when
the last time the Bulls won?
When the last time? Okay.
All right, I'm just saying, who's been more relevant, the Bulls or the Rockets?
What you got on?
Then. Okay,
so let's look at this for real. Only teams really that have won over the last, let's just say 7 to 10 years, have been super teams. The one that everybody have joined up together and went to go play with. Can you? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I agree with you.
So that's what nobody else is going to win. Period. That's just facts. Nobody else is going to win. Period. Unless they going and teaming up and creating these super teams, that's who's going to win.
Right.
I mean, and then why not? So the Rockets have done well from an organization standpoint of getting people, but how long can they keep them to still sustain and build stuff? They can't.
But the Rockets have been a winning team for at least a decade.
Spurs a winning team for decades, and we ain't won in I don't know how many years.
I understand.
What's a winning team? What's a winning team, T?
The winning team is above 500 and going to the playoffs.
Winning team is the ship.
Okay.
So the thing was said that Harden should have jumped ship, and all I just said was, hey, Rockets was close, and I know close doesn't count, but he was trying to win a championship with Houston. But if you don't respect the guy that's going to jump teams and go somewhere else, well, you can't say that Harden should have done the same thing that they did.
I said I don't respect. I mean, I don't knock it, but I don't respect it at all.
But let me get on this, what Jackson said, because we done got off.
Yeah, we thought. And shout out to you rocking that Bulls hat. You ain't got no goddamn Rockets hat on your head. You got a Bulls hat.
Let me go get my Rockets hat then. Let me go get my Rockets hat. But,
oh man,
I agree with Steven Jackson. I agree with him because, people getting their feelings though when you tell them the truth.
Go ahead, T.
Blank screen. But anyway, I agree with him because, hey, here Westbrook and Harden signed off for Silas to be the head coach. And then as soon as he become the coach, y'all ask for trades. So, I don't understand that. And then, like he said, it's a black man trying to get a job. He got one. He's been in the league for like 20 years coaching. And then as soon as he get a job, he got to deal with bullshit. And many times when the black coach in any profession get a job, he gets dealt a bad hand. So I can agree with what he said. And you out here with little baby, there's nothing wrong with that. But then now you can't even practice with the Rockets because of the COVID situation, and you got to go through all these testings because you was out here partying with no mask on. That's sabotaging what the Rockets are trying to do and the new coach. So you're listening to the Sip Slow podcast. We're going to jump into this buy or sell. Jay, clear liquor or dark liquor? Buy or sell?
Buy or sell, I'm gonna go with both, man. I'm gonna go with both and buy. Because I could drink clear one day, I could drink dark, I could do, both. So I'm pretty good with both. So I say I buy.
No, it's buy or sell, one or the other.
I really don't. I just go with buy, I guess. I go with the clear and just buy.
All right. J Dub.
I'm a buy on that dark.
Dude.
I'm gonna sell that dark.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell that dark too, man. Club or house party? Buy or sell? Mo.
House party. Sell it.
I'm gonna sell that club, buy that house party.
Same thing. I'm gonna sell that club. Ain't no party like a house party.
There you go. One of my favorite movies, House Party. So I'm gonna sell that club, man. All right, college football, NFL, buy or sell, Mo.
Sell. NFL.
Okay. Dub.
Yeah, I'm selling that NFL quick, fast, and a hurry. Matter of fact, fire sale. I'm gonna buy that college all day long.
All right.
I'm gonna ride with that, and I'll probably get it. I'll probably get an NFL.
Last one, man. Buy or sell, LeBron or Durant? Mo.
Oh, let me see. I'm gonna sell LeBron.
What? All right, Doug.
As much as I look at it, and the only thing that I'm kind of on the fence about is injury prone, but I would sell LeBron as well, man. Although I probably would regret that. I would sell LeBron too, but that injury thing is the only caveat that bothers me about that decision.
Woo.
Yeah. I'm a rock with you, man. Dub. I gotta let LeBron go. I like him, but KD straight. Yeah, I gotta buy KD.
You buying KD?
Yes, sir. A little controversial, huh?
Well, man. I'm gonna go with the 4-time champion, man. The 4-time league MVP, man. I'm gonna go with the best player on the planet for the last 10 plus years. I'm gonna go with about the 16-time All-Star. I'm gonna go with LeBron James, man. We're gonna buy that. We're gonna sell KD. Nothing wrong with KD, but LeBron is that man. So, Jay, man, what you learned today?
I learned that friends can be lovers, man.
Okay.
That's what I learned.
Like Lil John them said, lovers and friends. All right.
See what you learned.
Man, I learned that kids do not need any privacy, and we might take the door off the hinges. That's what I learned today.
Shit, I learned the Rockets. The Rockets been a winning team since Jordan won his last one.
Damn near.
Oh,
Damn near.
That boy done bought that fool's gold, man, with Houston, I see.
Damn
Man,
near.
I know it.
damn.
So whoa, wait.
The boy,
What's a winning team, dude?
A championship, winning a championship.
So that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah,
You know what?
dominate.
You can't go to the playoffs. So really, it's only one winning team every year. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
when it
Well,
boils
that's
down
what
to it.
let me take that back. That's what I learned today. It's only one winning team every year in sports. The team that win the championship.
I mean, who you would you consider? And I'm gonna just throw this out here, just hypothetically. Do you consider when the Buffalo Bills had Jim Kelly and they went to 4 Super Bowls? Do you consider them a winning team?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
So when it boils down to it, like the end goal for everybody is to win the championship. And essentially, if you hadn't won the championship, you hadn't met the ultimate goal. And
Fact.
you know, whether it's a winning season or not, that ultimate goal is that what you pour so much money into your roster and time and training and practicing and beating people, it all fizzles out. Especially, I think it's worse. I think it's worse when you got a winning team, a good team, and then you can't beat the whomever to win the championship.
Facts.
So y'all rather
I would.
y'all cool with your team being, like in football, y'all 1-6, 1-15.
We
Y'all
had
cool with that because y'all didn't win the Super Bowl.
we had an undefeated season, man, and lost the big one. We didn't win, so that all of them wins don't really matter.
Don't matter. I'd rather get my ass toe off the bone year in and year out than to go to the championship 3 years in a row and lose it.
Hey, I respect your opinion. What about you, Jay?
I look
You
at
want
it.
to root for a team that's losing, but maybe every 10 years they might, because everybody don't even win a championship every 10 years. So maybe once out your lifetime they win a championship. So you rather be losing and then that 1 year out of 50 years they win one? Or would you rather have your team competing for something every year? What you want to root for?
I mean, I think everybody wants to root
everybody
for
wants
it.
to root for it, man.
No, because y'all just said no. That
I'm
it don't mean nothing if you plan for something. So don't backtrack now.
I'm a
You can't
diehard.
claim anything.
I'm a diehard. Go ahead, dude.
T, let me ask you something. Not to cut you off, Doug. Let me ask you something. You just made a point about the 50 years and they win one.
Right.
You just made a point. You just turned 37 August 12th of this year.
Right.
Okay, your team is the Rockets.
Right.
Okay. My team is the Chicago Bulls.
Right.
All right. Your team, you said your team has been a winning team the last decade, right?
Yes.
In your lifetime, how many championships have you seen the Rockets win?
2.
How many have the Bulls won?
6.
But your team's been a winning team the last 10 years.
Correct.
So who outweighs who? The Bulls or the Rockets?
In championships, yes, the Bulls. But me
Oh,
as a fan, I want my teams to be competing and in the playoffs. And I consider that a winning season.
I got you.
So that's how I look at it.
I got you. And I do too. I do too. I'm
Cause
not
you
I,
can't tell me you looking forward to a Chicago Bulls game knowing they gonna be picking in the lottery or top
well,
5 every year.
I know they gonna get their ass towed up, but I haven't left them. I
No,
haven't.
that's a different conversation. I'm just saying, as a fan, you want to root for your team and you want them to win. That's all
But
I'm
what
saying.
That's
but what
everybody.
about when a team go invest all that money in players who they feel that's going to bring the championship there, and
And
then
they
they
don't.
don't?
For me, I'm speaking for me. Uh, that is a disappointment. But just because you throw a lot of money at the situation, just like you have one of these women out here, you buying her this and that don't mean she love you either. That don't mean it's gonna work out. So it's the same thing with the sports. You can throw money at it, but it might not work out.
But
That's
if
just part of the game.
Yeah, well, I good luck with you and your Rockets, bro. Next couple
Man,
of years,
for
it ain't
sure.
going nowhere.
They
y'all
ain't going
y'all may
nowhere.
do better getting rid of Harden, picking up some other players and some first round draft picks, and rebuild in a positive way. But other than that, man, it's not gonna happen.
And we didn't
And
talk
I
about
support the
this.
Houston teams. Yeah, I support the Houston teams.
I,
We,
Regardless, it ain't gonna happen in Houston.
I, I'm not saying they are about to win one either. That's not my argument.
Harden's a
I'm not
problem. He
saying
got
that.
to go. It's time for him to go.
Harden should have
Yeah,
been gone. And I
Mhm.
I,
said it in the podcast before. Harden
Yeah.
should have been gone. He
I
should have
have
been gone.
too. I think he should
You
be
have.
gone.
You
I think
have.
they should get the best deal they can for him and let him go.
Yeah, he 4 pockets full. He little
Yeah.
baby. West Side Crip. He cripping and shit. He don't want to. He got all that money, all 200, 300 million, whatever he worth. He got all that bread. He ain't worrying about no damn basketball. He having fun, man. And basketball come easy to him. Scoring,
That's
he can
it.
score. He good, and he do what he need to do. But outside of that, he ain't doing nothing extra to take it over the top. You see it in his game. You see it in his
No,
game.
no, no, no. I
And
agree
and, and, I,
100%.
and, I, and I'm not
I agree.
arguing with you or nothing. I'm just spitting it how it is. You just
No, no, no. I agree. I agree.
mm,
I agree 100%. I agree with everything you said, what Dub said. I agree 100%.
yeah.
Yeah, he's not the guy for winning no championship. But Dub, what did you learn today?
Man, I learned that we need to really pay more attention to this funding with the police, because we got to realize no matter how look like brushed under the rug these situations have been since, what, about 2 months after George Floyd, it's still a problem out there. And we got to really, work with our local governments and push these, man, make sure that this is the best way. They need more training. They need better assessments, and just to, and then as well, I'm sorry, it is important if police officers in their precinct, whatever communities that are around them, that they do something. They need to do something at least every other week as far as a community service and getting out and doing something. Whether they're doing it and we don't know about it, maybe they need to highlight it a little bit more, but that's key. I mean, for a team, I'm just gonna say a team period. A team, although they practice and play together, they also do team building. They go movie, bowling or something. It's always gonna build chemistry, and them getting out in the community doing something and known about, I think is huge, because like you say, you gonna know what how he gonna think 'cause y'all got history. You know each other well. Mo, you know how Duke gonna think, and vice versa with all of us based on the relationship. And if they do that, I think certain situations get looked at differently, handled differently, and just a little bit less defensive.
I agree 100%. That was a nice. What did you learn? Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, hit the notification bell. If you're watching this on the SipSo Facebook page, like the show page, and remember we also release just the audio version of the show every Tuesday. It'll drop when you wake up in the morning. It'll be out there on Anchor, on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and any other places that you get your podcast from. We haven't had an listener email question in a little bit, but email us at sipslowpodcast@gmail.com. Whatever your question is, we'll make sure to answer it on the next episode. Remember to like and subscribe wherever we at. We on YouTube, we on Facebook, and we on IG. All of it is Sip Slow Podcast. Dub, matter of fact, Dub has been doing some nice work on the Listen and Learn podcast with some great interviews. Y'all check that out, Listen and Learn podcast.
Appreciate it, man. Oh man, first of all, again, I want to, as we close, Thomas, Brittany, I love y'all, man. Wish y'all before it's the happy anniversary. Duke, happy early birthday, my brother. Hope you enjoy yourself. Don't enjoy yourself too much.
Already.
Drink plenty of coconut water, man, and have a great one. Mo is always good, man.
I know you gonna have your chains and layers, Duke. Come on. Oh, Duke on mute. Unmute yourself, player. JT, what it do, man? You putting something on the pit today?
Just glad to be here today, man. Nah, it just started back running, man. I'm just glad to be here. Lady in the snow kind of hold me up, man. She over there tripping with coupons and shit, man. See all this stuff, man. I gotta go.
Already, man.
Yeah, I'm just glad I made it though, man. A little tired though, man. I ain't go to bed at 2:30, man. I had them Coronas.
Well, you must have you must put in a movie.
Shit, by 3 or 2.
Man. Once again, happy birthday to Duke, man. Tomorrow's birthday. He'll be by 45. Y'all
man, that's Jordan, ain't it?
Y'all send him happy birthday or something on Facebook, man. And hey, y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with us. And we appreciate that. And as always, man, we gonna sip slow and we gonna live fast.